It's really strange doing a review like this. I've done DLC reviews before, but for a mashup pack in Minecraft, those packs are normally just recreated areas of that theme in a normal Minecraft world. You don't play the Fallout mashup pack to actually play a Fallout-like game. You play it to fly around and explore all of the different vaults and even the big airship from Fallout 4. When I got a notification that they made a Jurassic World, Jurassic Park franchise-themed mashup pack, that's what I thought it was gonna be. Moving and flying around a regular Minecraft world, seeing recreated versions of Isla Sorna, Isla Nublar, in a lot of the iconic locations and scenes. What I got was very different, and that difference is why we're here today. Here is my review of Minecraft's Jurassic World DLC for the Nintendo Switch. When it comes to story, yes, a Minecraft mashup pack has a story. You play as someone who has come to Isla Nublar when the Jurassic World amusement park was active during the 2015 movie. Instead of being a visitor enjoying all of the sights, you're actually sent on digs to be able to find new dinosaur DNA, cloning new dinosaurs for attractions, and essentially running the park to make sure nothing goes wrong. This aspect of the pack is really interesting because there are tons and tons of NPCs from the movie that you can actually interact with and give you dialogue, from Claire Deering and Mr. Mizrani that actually give you story bits, to just vendors and other workers around the park that give you information about it. When it comes to gameplay, or rather content, this is not your typical mashup pack as we've mentioned before. There is a campaign, a bunch of mini games, and a lot of different missions that you can do here. Now, in Minecraft mashup pack fashion, there are a bunch of different skins that you can use to play as different characters from the franchise, but that's pretty much the only thing that's similar to the other packs. Now, when we first dive into the pack's world, pretty much the entirety of Jurassic World's park has been recreated here. Not to mention that when you go on fossil digs, you can visit other locations like the dig site from Jurassic Park 1. And it's not just the locations that have all of this extra detail. The dinosaurs here actually aren't reskins of prior mobs. They're entirely new characters and renders, and it's really detailed all the way down to how everything moves, including visiting the Mosasaurus Stadium and seeing it jump out of the lagoon for its food. All of this detail really caters to fans of the movie franchise. I didn't do any of the story or mission stuff for probably the first 2 or 3 hours that I played it. I was just exploring and seeing all of the detail they put into the park. The Innovation Center's holograms that you can change for different dinosaurs. The Spinosaurus skeleton that a certain T-Rex had a problem with in that 2015 movie. Driving a gyrosphere around all of the different dinosaurs as they move around, and even visiting Rexy in the Tyrannosaurus Kingdom and the gate that you can open to lead her out into the park. But when you're done exploring and want to actually progress through the story and point of this DLC, you follow little yellow icons to the Innovation Center and talk to Claire and Dr. Wu. Your main task here is to open the park and keep it running. To do this, you have to go on expeditions to dig sites and collect DNA via mining weapons. These weapons are essentially modified versions of previous Minecraft tools, but they only work on specific blocks that this DLC has labeled as dinosaur DNA. Once you've collected any type of dinosaur DNA, you can bring it back to the lab and infinitely clone it into new dinosaurs of that species. This process is admittedly a bit involved, as you have to take it to several different stations to eventually get your embryo and dinosaur egg where you can hatch your new dinosaur. And once you have that first baby, you can open the park, which starts a sort of timer in the control room. This is where things get a little tricky. When the park is open, in Jurassic Park fashion, there are disasters happening constantly. Wild dinosaurs appearing around the park, paddocks breaking, sabotage, massive storms coming. To combat and fix each of these disasters, you can either have someone in the control room send a team out to dispose of the threat, or you can go out and do it yourself, as the game does give you tools to be able to not only attack and tranquilize other soldiers, but also tranquilize dinosaurs and put them into little cages so you can move them around. A feature that is also how you're supposed to move dinosaurs that you hatch into the paddocks that you can make around the park. The main difficulty in this system is how quickly you manage disasters, as if too many disasters happen at one time, the park will auto-close and save your high score for how long you kept it open. Moving on, as fun as this system can be from the main missions that you do to just hatching things like a Spinosaurus, caging it up and throwing it into the same paddock as a T-Rex to watch them fight, there is something to be said about the performance of this DLC, or rather just the performance of the Switch version of Minecraft. One of the more interesting and fun ways of getting around the Jurassic World Park is riding on the monorail or a minecart. And the problem here is the minecart moves so quickly that the Switch version has a problem loading in all of the assets because there are so many in this DLC map. To be honest, there are too many assets in this DLC. I was constantly riding the minecart and getting to situations where the cart would just stop and I would have to wait for stuff to load in and manually move the cart to go forward. But hey, that's my main complaint. So, in conclusion, what I expected to be just recreated environments from JP's 1 through 5 feels like its own park sim game. Now on the downside, the Switch's performance issues with loading in so many assets at once really hinders the faster movement. This faithful recreation of Jurassic World and putting in so much detail into the NPCs, dinosaurs, missions, and more makes this a great treat for fans of the film franchise and sets the bar far above previous mashup packs. Reviews to Go rates Minecraft Jurassic World for the Nintendo Switch an 8 out of 10. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below. Thanks for watching and have a great day.